What's going on, guys? This is Miasin. So we just got some new cards announced, and I'm not even gonna waste any of your time. Let's get right into them. So the first one is Neferabis, the Ogdoadic Overlord, level 10 Dark Reptile. Whatever stats, you can only use both effects once per turn. If a monster is sent from either player's hand or deck to the grave while this card is in your grave, you can special summon this monster, but you can't special summon monsters until the end of the next turn, except reptiles. That's so bait. If this card is special summoned from the grave, you can target one monster in your grave, except itself, special summon it. That's not bad, but the fact that you can't summon from at all, I was gonna say from the extra deck, but like at all until reptiles for the end of the next turn is just honestly really bait. Reptiles are like one of the most like underdeveloped archetypes, or rather types of cards in the entire game, so being locked under them is like really bad. It's kind of like being locked under Pyro or something garbage like that. You don't really have a lot of options. It's not like being locked under Dragon or being locked under, I don't know, Warrior, for example. It's like way less detrimental, but this is like catastrophic. It's an actual good card for what it accomplishes. Anyways, Ogdoadic Dawn of Creation, quickly spell, you can only use both effects once per turn again. Tribute one reptile monster you control for every 2 levels the monster had. Special summon up to 1 token. Wow, that's crazy. You can easily get 5 tokens if you tribute a level 10 monster. You can banish this card from the grave during the main phase, and if you do, you can target one of your banished reptile monsters, shuffle it into the deck. Then you can foolish your deck for a reptile monster. Honestly, that's actually extremely overpowered because it doesn't lock you under anything at all. It can be played somewhat generically. You could actually use Reprodocus to transform one of your reptile monsters, one of your monsters into a reptile, and then use this and then generate like a bunch of tokens. So I actually really like that. I think it's really cool. I think this card is honestly really good. You know, shuffling back a resource and sending a reptile monster from deck to grave. One of them that's kind of like a trick clown. Nothing can go wrong with this. This card is straight up just incredible, and it's an Ogdoadic card, so I think it's searchable within the archetype. Fantastic. 9.5 out of 10 potentially. Really good card. Anyways, now we got some Wat monsters. You already know what it is. Anyways, Watuna, level 4 Light Thunder Tuner effect monsters. These were like the first freaking Thunder monsters to actually ever somewhat see play, but not really, because Thunder monsters were so ass for the longest time. And then we got Thunder Dragons that were like a little too good. And we also got the Pahunder, the Hunter family or something. Anyways, 800, 700, you can only use the first and third effect once per turn. If your monster inflicts battle damage to your opponent, at the end of the damage check, you can special summon this card from your hand. Okay, this card can attack directly, no shit, that's the theme of the deck. When this card inflicts battle damage to your opponent by direct attack, you can tribute it, and one or more non-tuners from your hand and or face-up field. And if you do, special summon Wat synchro monster from your extra deck whose level equal the attributed monster's total levels. So this is a really fancy way of saying that you can synchro summon during the battle phase after dealing damage, and it's not really good. It's a really shitty gimmick that I accuse all the Wat monsters of, you know, partaking in. It's always like, when this card inflicts battle damage, this card can attack directly, blah blah, do something. But it's never like a really good thing. It's always so underwhelming. And in, you know, 2023, good luck doing anything during the battle phase. Like, you better believe all of your monsters are gonna die. They're never gonna survive. Not one single one of these effects will ever like resolve. Anyways, we got a new synchro monster, Watazaurus or something. Okay. It doesn't even look like a dinosaur monster, so I don't even... Oh, it's a Taurus. Okay, I get it. What the hell are these stats? It's a level 8, and it has the stats of like a level 4 or 3 monster. Anyways, absolutely not generic, because, you know, why make it generic? This card could get abused. Oh my god. You can only use the second effect of this card's once per turn. This card can attack directly. Again, no shit. When this card inflicts battle damage to your opponent by direct attack, you can shuffle 1 Wat tuner from your grave and 1 face-up Thunder non-tuner you can shuffle into the deck, and if you do, special summon 1 Wat synchro from your extra deck, except Watazaurus. Again, Wataurus. I'm actually blind. This card is like really bad. It's basically the same thing as this, but this time the level does not care. You don't really care about the level at all. You can also shuffle back from the graveyard, but yeah, the other one, the non-tuner Thunder, has to be like something you control. And then you summon a Wat synchro monsters. If I recall correctly, they're all pretty bad. There are only 2 options, a Wat Hydra and Wat Chimera, and they're not really good at all. Like, one of them is like a gold sarcophagus, and the other one is like kind of like a Phoenix Wing Wind Blast in a way, but like from your former opponent's hand. It's really shitty, the fact that you have to commit so many cards to doing that, and it's, again, never gonna resolve. Like, it's funny because in order to like stop the Wat deck from doing anything, all you have to do is like play Threatening Roar, and then their deck is like, you know, garbage. So hopefully the final support for the Wat archetype is actually going to be broken, because again, this deck desperately needs broken support. And by the way, I really like the Wat cards because I was around back in the Yu-Gi-Oh! 5Ds era, and I do remember pulling a Watt Giraffe, and I was like, shit, this card's broken! Yeah, back in those days, but now it's a little too slow now. Anyways, continue spell card. The second effect is once per turn. Your opponent cannot activate the effects of any of their monsters in the same column as this card and one of your Watt monsters that activate when they are normal or special summoned. Very specific. Extremely specific. It has to be in the same freaking column. No. Unless, honestly, if you can summon like 5 Watt monsters turn 1, maybe. But otherwise, nah. This is like a floodgate, but at home. Anyways, you can target 1 Watt monster you control. You can now special summon monsters for the rest of the turn except Thunder monsters. I hate when they include the drawback before the actual effect. It's so stupid. Anyways, also, special summon 1 Watt monster with a different name from your deck, then you lose life points equal to the summon monster's attack. And then time has been called on your main phase, and you die. Jokes aside, though, this card's actually really good. Well, I mean, this effect is really good. The first effect is like not bad, but it's also not really fantastic unless again you have 5 Watt monsters and then you lose to 1 Regeki and then you have no follow-up and then you cry. The deck, I believe, has no like actual reinforcement of the army S cards. No, that's actually not true. Yeah, okay, yeah, I mean, yeah. Yeah, the starters for this deck are like actually really shitty. Like Watt Train technically searches Watt cards from your deck, but you need to have Thunder monsters on your field, so that's kind of dog shit. It's pretty bad, but again, if you can spam the board with a bunch of monsters, you can search 5 cards, search this, special summon another monster. Yeah, I mean, you're locked under Thunder only, so it's really not like you can say that, oh my god, you can do insane plays from your extra deck, you can do like, oh my god, the special summon 27 times. No, you're not doing jack shit. You're only summoning like shitty synchro monsters with really low stats, and 1 interruption should be enough to beat this deck. But still pretty based. Honestly, I can't really complain. At the end of the day, not everything has to be tier 1. Konami, you might as well just give them some actually solid cards, because what is this? What the hell did I just read? It's no bueno. Anyways, guys, that's all I had for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and let me know your thoughts about these new Watt cards in the comment section below. I'll see you guys very soon. Peace.